in Screed heater installation for a wet area. It's always good prior to doing an installation to give the area a good sweep. It just makes it a lot easier to do the installation having a clean floor. Items you'll need for the installation are as follows: tape measure, a crayon, builder's pencil or a texter, something to write on the floor, some insulation tape to affix the cold tails to the draw wires so that you can pull them up the conduits, then some cloth tape which you can fix the cable to the waterproofing. If you are installing on polyurethane waterproofing, it's handy to have some silver sarking tape which can be found from your local hardware store. This is nice and broad and is very sticky and sticks well to polyurethane waterproofing. Handy items to have are a set of knee pads, and should you have one, a glue gun is also handy for installation. If you don't have a glue gun, you can just tape the cable onto the waterproofing with your cloth tape. Another way of installing is laying some chicken mesh down on the floor and then cable tying the cable to the chicken mesh. First up with the installation is to mark out the perimeter of your heating area. This is best done by marking 10 centimeters off the walls. You can mark out the shower, your bath, the vanity you can mark just along the face of whatever the depth of your vanity is. If your vanity is wall hung, make sure you place your markers slightly underneath where the vanity will sit. This is to avoid cold spots when using your vanity. Within your bathroom area, break it up into smaller rectangles and work out what each of their areas totals. If you have an area of a toilet within a larger area, work out this area so that you can deduct it off the total area. Once you've got the total area available, in this case with our example here, it's 4.4 square meters. You multiply this by 1,000 and then you divide that answer by the cable length, and in this case it's 60 meters. The cable length is found on the sticker on the end of the cold tail and also on the box. Once you've got your answer of the area times 1,000 divided by the cable length, to be on the conservative side, add on 10 millimeters. In our example here, our end calculation comes to 83.3. To make things easier, round it up to the next 5 or the next 10. In our example of 83.3, we suggest rounding up to 85 millimeter spacing. Have a plan for the layout of your floor heating. It is best to lay the cable along the length of the room. Here you can see I'm marking out the heating area to calculate the cable spacing. Once I've done that, I've planned the layout with the cable spacing in mind. And here you can see applying some of the silver sarking tape to which we will be sticking the cable to the floor. Once I've confirmed the heater is going to fit nicely, I mark the placement of each run and loop in order to ensure I stick to the layout plan throughout the entire install. Next up is affixing your cold tail to the draw wire with your insulation tape, and then you can feed it up the conduit and pull the draw wire, feeding the cold tail in at the bottom and pull it all the way up to the top. You can then connect your monitor. Make sure you connect the green alligator clip to the green wire. The other two, it doesn't matter which way they get attached, so long as the green to green. That's the most important one. Then start laying your cable, fixing the cable at the end of the runs with whatever medium you are using it, be it a glue gun as per the video or some cloth tape. Ensure to stick to your cable spacing and to stay within the perimeter of your heated area. Here we are laying around the toilet, so the cable runs are slightly shorter. It is important to follow your cable spacing. If you start adjusting your cable spacing, you could have cooler spots in the floor should the spacing be wider than your standard calculation, or a lot warmer if you are making the cable a lot narrower together. Here is an example how to go around a floor waste. Runs of the heating element are basically just a continuation. So to get your preparation for going around a floor waste, best to mark out the cable spacing dimensions on either side of the floor waste, and then you carry on laying. When you get to the point of the floor waste, do your loop, head back up in the other direction, loop at the top, and then you start coming back down again, placing the cable on your cable spacing markers. When you get to the end of the cable, if you have some left over, you can take it along the edge of your floor heating area, but do not under any circumstances cut the floor heating cable shorter. This is imperative that you do not do so.